When Taylor Swift launched the Fearless Tour in 2009, it was more than just a concert. It was her arrival as a global superstar. This was her first headlining tour, and the world was watching as she stepped into the spotlight alone. Fearless had just won Album of the Year at the Grammys, and Taylor was suddenly everywhere. The tour spanned over 100 sold-out shows, with fans screaming every lyric back to her. It wasn't just about promoting an album, it was about building an empire. Taylor proved she wasn't a one-hit wonder, she was here to stay. Songs like Love Story and You Belong With Me dominated the airwaves, but seeing her perform them live was next level. The Fearless Tour set the standard for what a Taylor Swift concert could be, a must-see event. Her songs about first loves and heartbreaks resonated deeply, making every show feel personal. For fans, it was more than a concert. It was a celebration of the stories that shaped their lives. The Fearless Tour marked the beginning of Taylor's unbreakable bond with her audience. It was the moment she truly became a phenomenon. The Fearless Tour was pure spectacle, a fairy tale brought to life. The Fearless Tour was pure spectacle, a fairy tale brought to life. The Fearless Tour was pure spectacle, a fairy tale brought to life. The stage transformed into castles and grand staircases, with Taylor in sparkling gowns and dazzling costumes. Each song felt like a new chapter, with the set and lighting shifting to match the story. When she sang Love Story, it was like watching a modern Romeo and Juliet, but with a happy ending. Dancers, dramatic effects, and even moments where Taylor soared above the crowd made it unforgettable. But it wasn't just about the production. Taylor's energy was infectious. She ran across the stage, connecting with fans in every corner of the arena. Her joy radiated, making the massive show feel intimate and personal. The concert was a blend of pop spectacle and genuine connection. Every detail was crafted to bring the Fearless album to life. For fans, seeing their favorite songs performed in such a magical way was a dream come true. The Fairytale theme perfectly captured the spirit of that era. The Fearless Tour was more than a concert. It was a memory that would last forever. What truly set Taylor apart was how personal she made every show feel. Despite the huge arenas, she found ways to connect, literally walking through the crowd, hugging fans, and performing on a smaller stage in the back. She made sure everyone, even those in the farthest seats, felt seen. Taylor would sign autographs, take photos, and share stories behind her songs. Her musicianship shone as she switched between guitar and piano, proving her raw talent. These moments weren't just for show, they were genuine connections. Fans felt like they were part of her story, not just spectators. Taylor's vulnerability and openness created a safe space for everyone. The Fearless Tour turned casual listeners into lifelong fans. It was about sharing her heart, and her fans gave theirs right back. That intimacy became her signature. The Fearless Tour was a showcase for Taylor's songwriting genius. She wasn't just performing hits, she wrote them, often alone, drawing from her own life. Songs like Love Story and 15 became anthems because they were so personal. The tour highlighted her as a true storyteller, not just a performer. As the tour ended, Taylor was already writing Speak Now, her next album, written entirely by herself. This bold move silenced critics and proved her creative power. The confidence she gained on tour fueled her evolution as an artist. Fans loved decoding her lyrics, making her personal stories part of pop culture. The Fearless Tour gave her the freedom to take risks and grow. It was the launchpad for her next era as a solo songwriter. Taylor's voice and perspective became the heart of her music. The spirit of the Fearless Tour still lives on. It created a generation of fans who grew up with Taylor, and those memories remain powerful. Today, her Eras Tour pays tribute to Fearless, with nods to the iconic gold dress and rhinestone guitar. New fans experience the magic, while longtime fans relive the nostalgia. Taylor's re-recordings, especially Fearless, Taylor's version, keep that legacy alive. She honors her past while inviting new listeners to fall in love with her music. The Fearless Tour was more than a series of concerts. It was a defining moment. It proved Taylor was a world-class performer and songwriter with a unique bond with her fans. The echoes of that era shape everything she does today. Fearless taught us to be brave, and its golden spirit still shines.